think we are live. Hello, good evening. Steph here with Empowering You Coaching. While we're waiting just a second for people to hop on, I want to show you this awesome thing. So to preface this awesome thing, I want to show you, I live and breathe and use and sell and love doTERRA essential oils. And so these are the things I want to show you. So in the drawer or on top of my bedside table, there's always oils or roller balls or something. And every night I open the drawer or I put my phone down and something falls or knocks over, rolls on the floor or something. Hi, Janelle. So thanks for joining me. So I mentioned to my dad when he was here for the first time in a year and a half this past weekend that this was an issue, and it's kind of comical. Every single night it happens. And he was like, oh, I can go in my workshop and fix that for you. So he sent me these today, little ways to, he sent me another one too. I didn't bring it over, but little ways to hold my stuff in my drawers so they don't fall over and leak and make noise and roll around. Anyway, I thought I'd share because it was super exciting for me. And it was, yes, I love that my dad made them too. He actually has a workshop in his basement and builds a whole bunch of beautiful stuff. I'll have to post some pictures of what he makes. He makes some amazing things, but anyway, I will not get on that topic, but he's been looking for excuses to get back down into his workshop. And I think this was a simple, easy one that he jumped right on, and within 3 days had it to me after he got home. So anyway, now we're here to talk about wellness. We're talking about wellness this month. Hi, Sonia. Thanks for joining. This month we're talking all about wellness and the wellness in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. And so many things contribute to our wellness. So definitely the food we eat, right? The people we surround ourselves with, even the books we read, our very own thoughts contribute to our wellness. And I talked about that last week. And I talked about the motivating your mindset because that the workshop I did last Monday, because of that, because our thoughts contribute so much to our wellness, really. But today, what I'd really like to talk about in relation to our wellness is movement and or exercise and rest. Sorry, I burned food earlier and my house smells so bad, but I ate it anyway, so I have a really bad taste in my mouth. So I'm going to keep drinking. I apologize. Okay, so let's start with movement. And so we all know our bodies were designed to move, right? Like even if it hurts to move or it's difficult sometimes, that we were designed and made to move, to walk and jump and run and crawl and roll over and dance and swim and all the things, right? And we know also a few things about exercise, and that, it helps us lose weight, it helps us gain muscle, right? I think everybody knows that about movement and exercise. I think most of us know that regular exercise helps our heart and other organs, right? But movement also gives us things like healthy joints, strong bones, physical strength, again, right? Great circulation, and good coordination and reflex, what's the word? Like reactiveness, right? That exercise helps with all of that. And without exercise or regular movement, I want to use the word movement because I think exercise has kind of a funky thing to it, but without movement, our bodies start to deteriorate. And I'm curious if anybody here has happened to experience any sort of deterioration. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but if you're here live, say hello. If you're catching the replay, please say #replay. I was so excited to share with you my cool little blocks my dad made. And without movement, our body's deteriorating. I think we all experience that on some level at some point, right? But there are some serious things that our bodies or ways our bodies deteriorate, such as, you know, developing high blood pressure or back pain or heart disease, cancer, obesity, depression, even, you guys, are all related to not moving. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for joining tonight. Sonia says she doesn't think she's had any deterioration, but definitely less flexible than I was when I was younger. Yes, I know that, some of us, I want to give an example of deterioration. When I wasn't able to move very well after I was really sick, I know that I have arthritis in my knees. I'm not old enough to complain about arthritis in my knees, but I have it in both my knees and in both my thumbs. And I know that when I move less, my knees hurt more. So the more I move, the less my arthritis hurts me, which is pretty interesting. But so I want to talk about a few things that, while we know that, like I said, it helps with physical strength and circulation and things like that. Let's talk about a few things that exercise can do for us, like improving our learning skills and improving our concentration. And we feel well physically, yes, but also more movement can help us feel well emotionally as well. Hi, Connie. I actually can see comments today, you guys, which almost never happens, so I'm super excited. Regular movement helps us function more productively because we can learn and think and remember better. And we can interact with the world better because we can communicate and express ourselves better when we are moving regularly. And that in turn helps us connect and build relationships with others. And that can then in turn boost mood, like all these things, because we are moving regularly, right? Building relationships with others, sharpening your focus, reducing stress, and your overall mental well-being as well, right? Like, so crazy, guys. And Tanel says, I'm looking forward to when I can work out again, 6 more weeks, very soon. Tanel is having a baby on Monday, everybody. It's very exciting. Just a little shout out to what it is to be very pregnant and knowing that you're having a baby very soon. That's so awesome. So this will go well into that a little bit for something Tanel and I were talking about earlier today, and that another thing that regular movement can do for your well-being is it can improve your sleep, which moves me into the next area that I wanted to talk about, which is rest and sleep. Because sleep is, I'm torn as to whether sleep or your own thoughts are more powerful as far as your wellness, because I think your sleep impacts what your thoughts are. So I think last week I said that I think the power of our own thoughts is the most important thing that controls our well-being. But I may say maybe I was wrong, and sleep might be, because sleep is essential for our overall functioning. It allows our bodies and our minds to recharge. And sleep also helps the body, stay healthy and fight off, keep off diseases, right? So, and really without sleep, our brains cannot function properly. And I've got some cool things to share with you about that. And I'm wondering if any of you have examples where you can think of your brain not functioning properly when you're experiencing lack of sleep. So one way poor sleep affects your overall wellness is that poor sleep is actually strongly linked to weight gain. And people who suffer from poor sleep duration, length, tend to weigh significantly more than those who get good sleep. And actually, poor sleep is one of the strongest links to obesity, which is pretty crazy. And it feels so. Sonia says, I experience lack of sleep and it feels like a hangover all day. And Tanel, looking forward to getting more sleep. I teach English online. And once this baby is born, I won't be teaching. Yes, but you'll be able to control a little bit more. So Tanel, yes, she teaches super early in the mornings. So it definitely has some things that go along with it. My brain is spinning on all the things I want to share. So I will, for a second, let me talk about how sleep can influence obesity. Lack of sleep influences your motivation to work out, which is one. We just talked about how, we all know that movement is a great way to lose weight and stay in shape and be strong, right? But there are studies that show that sleep deprived individuals have a bigger appetite and tend to eat more calories. And when we're sleep deprived, our sleep hormones get a little bit wacky. So for 1 second here, I am going to get a teeny bit sciencey. Hi, Barbara. So the hormone ghrelin, it's a hormone that tells us to eat, and it increases when we are sleep deprived. And the hormone that suppresses our appetite lowers. So the one that says no, don't eat goes like this, and the one that says eat goes like this. And that means that when we're sleep deprived, we tend to eat more. And unfortunately, the foods that we crave when ghrelin goes up are the fatty, sugary foods. Right? So it goes back to the more calories, the more foods, eating when we maybe shouldn't, closer to bedtime, right before sleep, which is a whole other thing I'll have to talk about next month, because I didn't think about that for today, and that's super important to think about when I touched on that a little bit about eating right before bed. If your body is sleeping and digesting, it can't heal the rest of your body and digest at the same time. So that's why so many people say give yourself a few hours before you go to bed. But because sleep is more than just restoring our physical body. Sleep is important for so many aspects of our brain functioning properly as well, including just simply concentrating and productivity and performance. And that sounds a lot like the movement, right? All of that can be negatively impacted by our sleep and by sleep deprivation. Let me say that. But it's interesting how some of the things I just said, or most of the things I just said, that the cognitive function, the concentration, the productivity, the performance of things, those are a lot of what I just talked about with movement. And I'm mentioning that again because they really all influence our overall well-being, right? So social understanding is another thing that our sleep can change for us. Sleep loss reduces your ability to interact socially. And here is some crazy information. There are studies that confirm this using facial recognition tests. So one study found that people who hadn't slept had reduced ability to recognize expressions of anger or happiness in others. Right? And which is crazy because you think I'm just tired. You're not realizing that you're actually missing important social cues and not processing emotional information that's coming at you, which is, you know, so easily overlooked when you're just tired, right? Oh, I'm just tired. Oh, I didn't get much sleep. I was just, finishing my list of things. But it's not just that, right? So studies have also shown that sleep deprivation can impact your brain function in similar ways to being intoxicated with alcohol. And think on that for a minute. If so, pre-COVID when we used to do things. Um, if we went out to a restaurant or a friend's house and we had too many drinks, we'd call an Uber. We'd leave our car and we'd call an Uber. And on the other side of that, if somebody called and said, I need you to pick me up, I'm at wherever, right? Or come get me from the airport, and I was asleep, I'd get in my car and I'd go. It wouldn't really occur to me that driving that tired would be the same as driving with a second drink in my body, which is kind of insane. But anyway, so here let's step away from some of the negative things and talk about what getting enough sleep can do for you and your wellness. So I'm just spewing a lot of things at you guys, and I'm talking really fast because I really want to stay with that 15, 20 minutes that I say I will stay in. I hope you're all still with me. I'm sorry. I think I need to include less information so that I can stick better into my time frame. But okay, things that good sleep, adequate sleep can give you: a better memory. And I think most of us can attest to that, right? Like that sleepy, not really, can't find the word kind of thing. We are here. Thank you, Connie. Another thing adequate sleep can give you, or good sleep can give you, getting enough sleep can give you, is better problem solving skills, lowering your risk of heart disease, lowering your risk for cancer, lowering your risk for diabetes, pre-diabetes, lowering risk for long-term inflammation, which is definitely, long-term inflammation is definitely, I will say, lack of sleep probably played a major role in my own issues a number of years ago. It was very helpful. I definitely have issues sleeping. Yes, I think so many of us do, whether it's falling asleep, making time for sleep, or just staying asleep, right? So here's some other things. Mental health issues such as depression are strongly linked to poor sleep quality, or also sleep disorders. Then there's this crazy statistic. I think it's like 90% of people with depression complain about sleep quality, right? So getting good sleep also lowers your risk of having a stroke. It lowers your stress. It increases your immune system. Oh, there's this cool thing that a study was done. Hold on, I'm going to slow down so I can get it right. A study was done to monitor the development of the common cold. So they gave people nasal drops with the common cold in it. And they found that people who slept less than 7 hours were almost 3 times more likely to develop the common cold than those that slept 8 hours or more, which is crazy, you guys. So I could probably go on and on about sleep and so many other things. And actually in May, I'm going to talk about self-care. And so I will talk more about sleep then, because I really do. It affects all areas of our wellness. And so it's super important to, know all the things. But as I'm super motivated here, I would like to, I'm gonna do a challenge, a 10-day challenge in May, starting May 1st, that is just all about our sleep awareness, right? So I just mentioned a few ways that sleep affects our day-to-day life, but I also think we just aren't aware of how much sleep we're getting. And so Sonia says she was getting sick when she wasn't getting enough sleep. Right. It makes sense, right? So here's the challenge. We'll start May 1st. 10-day challenge. And what we'll do is it'll be how much sleep are you getting? It's going to be an awareness. It is not going to be, I got 3 hours, I got 7 hours, or you didn't get enough, so you don't want to post. It's literally be aware of how much you're sleeping, because as I say, feel like I say it all the time, awareness is key. You cannot make any change if you don't know what to change, right? So let's do a 10-day sleep awareness challenge, and I'll create a post for each day, and then you can post underneath that post for that day what your sleep was. And again, it's for you, but I think what I'll do is I'll encourage people to be part of this challenge by offering prizes at the end. So I'll make a post for each day and tell us how much sleep you got that night, and then we'll see first who wins a prize, but also who is able to change based on their awareness, right? That's what it's all about, is to just bring the awareness to you. So I'm curious if who's in, and I'll be sure to tag you each day, and I'll have a prize for both the declutter challenge and the sleep awareness challenge. I think that'll be fun. It'll be fun. So if you want in, I'll put out a couple posts in the next couple days about it, and I do, Tammy. All right, I'll make sure, Connie, I'll make sure I tag you guys in that. And so I want to say again that I do believe our thoughts play one of the largest roles in our wellness. And, you know, it's the chicken before the egg, right? If we're always thinking and expecting and ruminating on the negative, that's what we're going to experience, right? And there's this awesome book called E Squared, and it's all about that idea. And I don't have the author, so I'm going to have to, I'll put it on here later. But I'm talking about the idea that your thoughts can control you, or you can control your thoughts. So if you're always telling yourself that you don't have time to sleep, or you don't have time to move, or that you can't go to bed early, you make it so. You create that reality for yourself. So, you know, that's the chicken before the egg. Am I telling myself I can't go to bed at that time because I have X, Y, and Z to do, and so you don't go to bed early? Or are you so sleep deprived you're not thinking quite right, and so you just can't get things done during the day? So I think I'm super excited about the sleep awareness challenge, and I'm definitely in need of some awareness there. I've been more aware in the last couple months, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited. So I've been talking so much about MAC as I started the new group this week, and I realized I have failed to mention that there are other ways to work with me. And so I'm just going to throw out there that I do have openings for one-on-one coaching, as well as one space left for one-on-one accountability work with me. So if you're looking to reach your goals or your dreams, or you are just not following through for yourself, reach out to me. Let's chat, and I would love to set you on the right path. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, post them in the comments here, and I will make sure to tag you ladies in the challenge. I'm going to go take a walk with my husband, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.